In this particular example from Starbucks, the social currency is that they've created very cleverly an Instagram drink because it's colorful. They call it the unicorn frappuccino.
Social currency, by the way, is when you give your followers something they can use as currency. But why?
To look really good in front of others.
Ah, okay. Oh, by the way, this is David, an expert in social media marketing. He's worked for Instagram, the BBC, and now for Booking.com. He's going to tell us about social media campaigns that really worked.
It's absolutely brilliant.
And some that didn't quite catch on.
It just went really, really badly.
Back to Starbucks.
And so by doing this, they created, without doing it directly, a challenge. So they asked people, they created a hashtag, and obviously by using a hashtag, people would take photos from the unicorn frappuccino and then share it again on social media. So much that it became a phenomenon.
But Starbucks didn't stop there. They also tapped into something called
scarcity, which means the more you don't have access to something, the more you want it. And so they released this cleverly just in a few stores. And so people were really trying to get there to get the frappuccino.
Wow, smart. Brands also need to stand for something and make sure that whatever they do on social media aligns with their values.
Dove has done that incredibly well. This post in particular I really like because it starts by recognizing what people have said to them. Cleverly done is not like we decided to, no. We know we haven't done it well. And then they make it even more clever by creating a hashtag and saying, this is a new project and it's going to be called Show Us. And then they just basically kick off this whole crowdsourcing engagement by telling people, show us. I think Instagram for so long became this place where people were looking for perfectionism. And these kind of campaigns show you that, real life can also be absolutely beautiful.
So social media can be a great tool for brands, if brands use it well.
The most important thing before you even consider social media campaigns is to define what your brand is all about. Gillette is a brand that has been traditionally associated with men.
We're in 2019, and the Me Too movement is big.
So they created a YouTube video
bullying
the Me Too movement,
where they are trying to say, we believe and the best men can be, and then they're trying to show how men are not behaving correctly, but then how they can change and how they can do all of these things. But it just felt so disconnected from their brand. They could be showing you an advertisement of a man shaving like they've always done, and then the next day you have this YouTube video that basically is portraying their core audience in the worst possible behavior.
How did Gillette get it so wrong?
The biggest risk that some brands run is trying to be always on in a way that every time there's a new social movement or a new trend or a new challenge, they would jump in, and then turns out that trend, that movement, that challenge is not aligned to their brand, is not aligned to their mission, to their values, and they just look really, really bad. And so no wonder this has 1.6 million dislikes.
So Gillette took a risk and it didn't work. But some brands could do with a little spicing up.
So Innocent is a brand from the UK, and basically they do these very healthy smoothies. The problem I have with their account is that if you go through their content, you start to see that it becomes very repetitive.
Like this, things you tell yourself you'll do this bank holiday versus things you'll actually do.
We've seen this kind of content like a gazillion times on social media. So the engagement, and as we see in the numbers here, is really not that high. And I get that they're trying to be clever and funny, which is great, it's aligned to their brand, but the content specifically, it's not as great as I think it should be.
David, we're dying to know. What's your favorite social media campaign?
Oreo is really, really good in social media, but this example, it has everything.
Do you remember this?
On the field at the Super Bowl, eclipsed by the Super Blackout.
So the setting is quite simple. There was the Super Bowl, and during the match, at a crucial moment, the lights went out in the stadium. And within minutes, Oreo came up with this tweet: power out, no problem. You can still dunk in the dark. And a little photo of Oreo just creeping in. It's absolutely brilliant because it taps into something that was happening at that specific moment. People would see it, find it hilarious, and started retweeting it. So much that it became so emblematic. It's a fantastic way to really connect with your audience and to show that you're always on.
Thanks, David. We've learned a lot. If you want to get more of David's expertise, learn about social media strategy in his Domestika course.